What's going on, agents? Biz here with another Division 2 video. Now, if you didn't peep the thumbnail, we have a really simple adjustment to a meta damage build that's gonna grant 1000% melee damage and 1,000,000% fun. We're coming out swinging here, so lock it in for the two pieces who switch in to, well, for lack of a better term, punch it. As always, if you're new here or you've been around since the last time I put a melee build out, you are welcome here. I am so glad to see everyone getting better together on this channel, and more importantly, so stoked and honestly just like kind of mystified that you all would spend your time at this channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, so you never miss a beat on the channel. That little click does a lot for what's going on the channel too. So while you contemplate that, let's strap up, grab an ice cold beverage of choice, and get down to it. Okay, so I've been itching to share this build again for a while now. Truth, I think one of my first videos, I shared a Chuck Norris melee build that's very similar to what I'm going to show you today. Clearly, we've seen some growth since those early days, but I figure I'd remaster the setup for those who might want to have some fun with a little sweet chin music. Honestly, melee damage is some of the hardest to get and do right in the Division 2. Really, there are maybe 3 pieces that can lend a hand to a build that's focused on instantly bonking your enemy in the head. And yeah, we have the Sweet Dreams, that's one of them, that will insta-tap any non-elite enemies in PvE. But how are you going to do this in PvP? Lucky for you today, I'm going to share a build that's going to net you near 1.7 million damage on your melee. See, there are 2 other pieces in the game that can provide some serious support to laying hands on all you see. One of which you're probably using right now and didn't even know about it. See, one of them is the best in slot SMG in the game right now, the Lady Death. Now, a lot of people ride with the Lady Death for the exotic talent Breathe Free. And why wouldn't you? 60% amplified damage in PvP for every step you take is almost unbeatable in the right hands. This exotic is now super easy to find as it's in the general loot pool. So all you need to do is target SMGs and you'll track one down really quick. Now, some of you might be wondering, Biz, how is this gun going to help my melee damage? Well, for those of you asking that question, you haven't inspected your weapon attachments. You see, when we go to the underbarrel, we notice that there's the Kiss of Death attachment. Now, this brass-knuckled grip is going to grant you 500% melee damage. We all came here for 1000% melee damage, and this is one half that will be critical, especially with the 60% amplified damage. Let me know in the comments below if you were today years old when you learned about this attachment. I know there's going to be some of you. The other piece we're going to use here will be the Claws Out. Now, for those of you who've never come across this item, it will be a little bit harder to track down. Claws Out is a named DZ exclusive piece, meaning it's only going to drop in the DZ in a named item cache or be sold to the DZ vendor. Now, this piece is going to come with the other 500% melee damage on it, and with the right setup, you're going to get some husky melee numbers. Now, before I get into the build, I will make 2 disclaimers here. The setup we put these 2 items on are very standard PvP damage build. This build is a real simple adjustment to that type of build and honestly works like a charm if you're trying to go after that melee damage. Also, I'm not sure if this is just my dumb luck, but in testing melees, they were significantly underpowered when the gun wasn't loaded. Not sure if that's just me or if it's working as intended. So to start, this setup is on the gunner specialization. Once again, we're leaning here, and again, we like this for the Banshee Pulse. Needing to get up close and personal will be the name of the game here, so being able to apply a disorient to your enemies will get you that inside edge. Also, extra armor on kill and faster reloads, always tight. Overall, this build is a 2 red, 3 blue, 1 yellow core setup with everything to crit chance and damage. In a perfect world, I'd love to get a red or blue core in place of that 1 yellow, but I'll live with it for now. And with the yellow core, we do get some extra skill power from 1 skill tier, so we'll take advantage of that in the skills. For weapons, we start on the Lady Death. This gun is an absolute workhorse in PvP, and with that underbarrel attachment, this weapon will be one of the 2 cornerstones in our melee mania. Now, Lady Death comes with a talent called Breathe Free. Now, this talent, like we talked about a little earlier, is going to stack 60% amplified damage for every move you make per second. Also, you get more stacks if sprinting. If these stacks get consumed each round you fire, meaning as long as you keep moving, you'll be pumping out catastrophic damage. You also get a buff to movement speed of 20% when you kill an enemy, driving your agent into near hyperspeed. It's pretty goofy looking, but that speed and agility is going to come in handy for a melee build where you got to get up close. Moving into the secondary, you can really run whatever you like. In my case, I just pulled this Carbine 7 in the session and I threw it on. This AR is a laser, and with damage to armor, very nice. Kicking off the gear, at the mask and backpack, we see 2 pieces of Walker Harris. These 2 pieces are going to net us extra amplified weapon damage and damage to armor. Also, as this backpack is the named Matador, we get the perfect Adrenaline Rush talent. Now in PvP, this talent will give us 12% bonus armor for 5 seconds when an enemy is within 10 meters. This comes in handy, as bonus armor is nice, but also that armor proccing is going to give us an idea of where our enemies are in our area. Moving into the chest piece, we landed a Sokolov Concern that's going to give us a bonus to SMG damage. As we're going to pretty much be maining the Lady Death, that damage bonus is a no-brainer. This chest is also going to come with Intimidate, the best in slot complement to Adrenaline Rush. It's going to give you 35% amplified damage when you're within 10 meters of an enemy. This, combined with that Adrenaline Rush, makes for a really great pairing, and honestly, another no-brainer for any easy damage build. At the knee pads and gloves, we go with another familiar pairing in the named items, the Fox's Prayer and Contractor Gloves. I know, again, this is the third no-brainer, but these items are best in slot for a reason. The named bonuses to damage to armor and out of cover? Yes, please. Rounding out the gear, we end with what you came for in those claws out. Now this piece, like I said before, comes exclusively from the Dark Zone, so you'll have to be in it to win it. Yes, this is going to come with skill tier and skill damage as the brand bonus, but you put this holster on for those spicy named bonuses. The claws out will add an additional 500% melee damage to this setup, meaning combining this with the Lady Death and its underbill attachment, again, you're going to be landing at 1000% melee damage. Slapping your enemy back to the checkpoint is a really nice finisher for everyone involved. For you get to smack something to death. And for your enemy, well, they get to quick travel to the checkpoint. Everyone wins there. Now, all this goodwill of using our fists to teleport our enemies sounds great in theory. You still need to find a way to get your fist close enough to do that damage. Well, there are a couple ways you can net that result. We're going to use that skill tier to help us get to the finish line. To help us get there, we're going to lean on the Banshee Pulse to start. Obviously, disorienting enemies will give you a shot to get inside and land the hit. We're also going to equip the Deflector Drone. I like this because unlike the shield, you can move a little bit faster and not be limited by a bulky shield. We like maximum agility here, but if you have a different combo you like to get in the face of your enemies, let us know in the comments below, and let's get better together. Overall, this build is built on the bones of a really great build. But with the claws out, we add a dollop of barbarianism and a lot of fun to the game. I'd love to see a whole server of just melee only. And who knows, maybe one day we'll get that. I personally would love it. Either way, we're going to wrap things up here. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to check out this corner of YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe for more Division 2 and Heartlands content. Also, if there's anything you're having a hard time setting up in the game, let's talk about it in the comments below and get better together. I'll catch you all next time. Biz out.